Hey.
Welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. Welcome back to The Wave. It's the weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast.
It is indeed out of season.
Is season 9.5?
Season 9.5. Yeah, post-season Wave.
Yeah. But the news keeps on rolling.
It does. The Wave keeps on breaking, crashing. What do waves do?
All right, Tina Turner. Yeah, it does. It sure does. So, yeah, we've still got a usual episode of The Wave.
We have indeed. We just haven't got a movie show this week. We
No.
have a season 9 recap episode coming on Thursday.
We do.
We're going to talk briefly about all 25 films that we've just done in the last 25
what did we think
weeks.
of season 9?
Yeah,
What do we want from season 10?
exactly. So come back here on Thursday for that.
And more good stuff, I'm
Yeah.
sure. So, yeah.
And
How are you, Adam?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Excellent.
Good.
You're-
I'm really glad.
Looking very festive.
It's Christmas jumper day,
Yeah.
National Christmas
I
jumper
wasn't
day.
aware of this.
So I've had to wear a Christmas jumper to work, so I
Yeah.
thought, fuck it, I'll keep it on.
Good. I like it.
So it's a bit warm, not going to lie, but we'll get through it. It's going to be a sweaty wave.
That's fine. That's fine. Festively sweaty.
How about you? How are you? What have you been up to?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Have you done Christmas shopping? Is that a thing you've done yet?
Nope.
Or,
Not
no,
yet.
There's still loads of time.
It
isn't
feels there is still loads of time, but it doesn't feel like there is. I feel like it's really sneaking up on me this year.
there? Okay.
So I feel like I know what I'm getting, I think, for most people. I've just got to make that plunge and spend the money.
Fine.
What about you?
I mean, I might have said this before. I can't remember because we were doing this so long. But I am fortunate. I mean, I only have to worry about buying presents for one person. So
True, yeah. You have a lady that does all the rest for you.
basically, yeah.
Nice.
I consult on
Just
the rest of the.
Just agree with whatever she asks you. Just
So
in life in general.
yeah, actually, the first couple arrived today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Good, good. Tree up? Tree's been
Yes.
up for weeks, hasn't it?
a couple of weeks.
My tree's up. My tree went up on
It
Saturday.
looks very nice.
I watched the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol whilst I was putting my tree up. The animated one from
I
2009.
don't know if I've seen it.
It was all right. I quite enjoyed it, to be honest.
Was that the first time you've seen it?
No, I've seen it before. When I brought my 3D TV,
Yeah.
back when people were buying 3D
Sure.
TVs, that was the first film I watched on that
Yeah.
in 3D. But that's the only time I've ever
Some
seen it.
Bob Zemeckis was just.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna work in
CGI and stop motion. And,
yeah, forever. And
How did that work out for you?
where he did the Tom Hanks Christmas one, didn't he?
Polar Express.
Polar Express. Then he did Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
And he did Beowulf, didn't
He
he?
did do Beowulf.
And then I think he got off that.
I think, I think that was the end of it.
That scratched his itch. There you go.
Good. I do have a question of the week,
Okay,
if you would like to answer it.
sure,
It's another would you rather,
fine.
but I think it's quite a good one. Okay, so would you rather, for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
only be able to use small towels,
Okay,
as in tea towel sized and smaller towels,
okay.
or equal sized, as in small, duvets?
What? How small is my duvet?
Same size as your towel.
Right. Okay, I'm with
So
you.
you're talking tea towel size or smaller,
But it's thick.
but it's a duvet.
Could I have more than one?
Yes,
So could I pepper myself with small duvets?
you can.
But
But they wouldn't stay on there.
no, they would be. They would.
You can't. You're not allowed to sew them together.
Yeah,
That's
they
against
would.
the
They
rules.
would just be a nightmare to make that bed every
Yeah,
morning.
it
Wouldn't
would.
It?
Let's get a different cover for all of them.
And yeah, but then that's not going to be a problem for a significant part of the year, is it?
No,
But
there is that.
this time of the year, I want my duvet, and it is really nice to get in a clean.
Yeah, there's nothing
sheets,
better than
changed
clean
bed.
clean sheets day. There's nothing better.
And I'll lose that feeling if I'm covered in tiny
Little duvets.
tea towel sized duvets.
You will.
And
But also, when you get out of the shower every time, you can only use a little duvet. A little towel, sorry. When you've been to the gym, you can only use a little towel. When you go swimming at the beach, you can only use a little towel.
yeah, so that's going to be a pain in public.
Yeah.
Like if you go to the beach,
Can't wrap
and
yourself in a little
I've
towel.
just got a flannel.
Yeah. So you can't. You can only lie on that.
Yeah,
You could have more than one again.
Yeah.
But again, sand's going to go everywhere.
but there are other. I'm not a. We don't really live near a beach.
No, true.
For the times I am at a beach, I suppose I can sort of get around it. I'll just sit on the beach mat or whatever.
You can't even take your duvet with you because it's also tiny.
I've got to be honest. I'm not against drip drying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even in this weather when it's freezing.
No, that's the problem, isn't it? It's when you get out of the shower in the winter.
Yeah, and it's cold.
And all I've got is because it's not just the size of a tea towel.
No,
but they're thin.
Yeah, it's the absorption potential of a tea towel.
What's the TOG version of a towel?
Don't know.
Me neither. But the point being, it's going to be unsatisfying.
It's going to get wet a lot quicker than a big towel.
Yeah,
so you might need more than one again.
Yeah, But having said all that, I think I'd have to take small towels over small duvet.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer. You're not going to get comfortable in bed in the winter with a small duvet.
No. Whereas the towel's really inconvenient, but I will still, and really annoying, but I will still dry myself and be able to put a comfy hoodie or pajamas on.
Yeah, true. There is that.
Yeah. Am I exploiting too much of a loophole if you get one of those like poncho towels?
Yeah, you could have one, but it'd only be tiny.
Okay, fine. So I could put one on the end of all of my fingers.
Yeah.
Like they were little puppets.
Yeah. I think duvet is more important than towels.
Yeah.
But both would be really annoying.
I'll drip dry or I'll
use a hairdryer.
Possibly.
Waft it all over yourself.
Make sure you're out the bath.
You could bowl in the things they get at Alton Towers, where you just go and stand in it and get dry.
Swimsuit dry, I think.
Yeah,
maybe. I'll sacrifice my towels. I want to keep my duvet.
I think that's the correct answer. I think well done.
I felt a bit stressed out there.
Let us know your thoughts in the Discord. Right, shall we move on and do some Netflix news?
Yeah, let's do that. Do we want to... No, we don't. We're all right. Let's carry on.
Sure.
I was going to say, do we want to tell people what's happening in the next couple of weeks? But we could do that. Should we do that
do that at the end?
Fine. No problem. So, news. And firstly, before we get into the news, there's no spoilers in this article, by the way, so you can...
Okay, good. So I was just worried about that.
Yeah. So, I want to take Netflix to task a little bit this week.
Me too.
Because I was expecting one of the things we could come and talk about on this week's show would be the finale of the Squid Games The Challenge.
Yes, me too. I was like, well, that comes out Wednesday. That's convenient.
Yeah, because it has done the previous 2 weeks. We've got 5 episodes the first Wednesday, 4 episodes last Wednesday, finale this Wednesday.
Yeah.
Netflix pulled a fast one.
They did. They screwed over the UK audience and the European audience.
Yes. Well, but yes, exactly. So there was an announcement yesterday as we record.
As in the Wednesday it was supposed to come out.
So Wednesday the 6th, when the finale of Squid Game was going to drop. And it did drop eventually.
Yeah.
But previously, as Netflix tend to do, they drop a show either in the early hours in US time, or basically we get to see it on the day it comes out.
Yeah, it's there ready waiting for us.
What they decided to do with the final episode of Squid Game The Challenge was not release it until 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
In the States. That's 2 a.m. over here.
Yeah.
I'm not staying up to 2 a.m. to watch.
Nor me. And I didn't.
And
I was fuming.
So we haven't seen the finale of Squid Game.
At this point in time, we haven't seen the finale of Squid Game.
The Challenge, no.
I probably won't be able to now until Saturday, maybe. Well, we're together tomorrow night.
Yes, that's true.
We're doing social life together for the first time in ages. So we won't see it tomorrow. Maybe I might watch it after we finish tonight.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah, maybe I'll try and watch it after I get back tonight. But I mean, why are they doing this? Try and pop a rating. I assume
it's going to be like the first Netflix's biggest show in its first hour of release ever. There's a record that will break that Netflix will want to exploit.
But this isn't Netflix going, we're going to show it live at 9 o'clock, and then thereafter there it is. We're just dropping it at 9 o'clock.
Which is so everybody's like, to an American audience, this is on at 9 o'clock tonight, I can watch it. So it is like dropping it live. Yeah. Not live, but live.
Yeah.
So that's basically what they've gone for.
Yeah.
But in doing that, for some reason, they've decided to... I still don't really understand why they've done it. And 9 o'clock feels late as well.
Well, it's prime time now, isn't it?
Yeah, but it screws over. Why not drop it at 7 o'clock? I might have watched it at midnight. I don't understand it. I don't see the logic behind it, but I'm sure some record has been broken by doing that.
It's a move for its primary audience, that being the...
It was filmed in the UK.
US subscribers. Technically, it's a British TV show.
Exactly.
Based on a Korean TV show.
Yeah, it's not even nothing about it is American. Yeah, I'm angry. I really wanted to watch it yesterday. I was annoyed.
Yeah. But the actual bit of news related to this is Netflix have confirmed that it is coming back for a second season.
I'm really surprised by this. I know it's doing really well. I didn't think they'd...
I did not think this was a given.
No, I didn't. I actually thought it wouldn't.
Yeah. And you can already go to squidgamecasting.com.
Oh, wait, really? You can already apply?
And start filling out your application for Season 2 of Squid Game, The Challenge. There are 3 separate links at that website for US, UK, and rest of the world based participants.
Okay. Do they play the same games again?
What comes first? Genuine question. Season 2 of Squid Game The Challenge or Season 2 of Squid Game, the actual Squid Game?
Do you want my honest opinion and answer on that?
Yes.
I think Season 2 of Squid Game The Challenge comes
I agree.
first. I don't think we've seen Squid Game Season 2 till 2025.
Oh, no, but at least.
At least.
Not early.
No.
We're looking at still another 2 years away.
Maybe the same weekend that Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. Yeah, this is you'll be on Season 3 of this before then.
Brandon Reich, who is Netflix Vice President...
Just going to say, what's he Vice President of?
Of non-fiction series.
Okay, I think we've heard from him before.
Said there was no red light in our decision to green light Season 2 of Squid Game The Challenge. It's the most ambitious unscripted show we have premiered at Netflix. We are so excited to continue the franchise of Squid Game with our team in Korea, at the producers at Studio Lambert and The Garden for this epic competition series.
The numbers in the next paragraph are interesting.
I don't think they're huge.
They're
good.
I don't.
They're
I
good.
was expecting more,
but they're not mega.
Lie.
So at the time of recording, Squid Game The Challenge garnered 20.5 million views in its first week and 11.4 million in its second.
That's nearly a 50% drop off week on week. There's not many shows that would have got renewed with those numbers. I'm not going to lie. Knowing Netflix's history.
All aboard the Squid Train. That's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll keep news. If we get any news on Squid Game Season 2, either show Season 2, we will bring it. You'll hear it here first.
Yeah.
Or second, because we'll read it somewhere else and then bring it to you. Next.
Cancelled.
What are we cancelling now?
Netflix has shelved quite the heavyweight movie. I don't know if you remember us talking about this. Average Height, Average Build.
Yeah, we talked about it a few weeks ago.
Was going to be Adam McKay's second Netflix movie after Don't Look Up.
Yeah.
And he had got Robert Pattinson and Robert Downey Jr. on board for this.
Yeah.
Well, it's not happening anymore.
No, I did read this in the week. It's a weird story.
Because Adam McKay has decided to move on to a different project. He is going to direct an unnamed, unsynopsised so far, climate change related project.
Okay.
So he will no
longer...
He
loves that sort of thing, doesn't he? Those sort of like political movies.
He will no longer be directing this, and Netflix has said this is effectively on the shelf for now.
Why not just give it to another director?
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? You've got that cast.
Again, I know it's an easy answer, but you wonder, does things like the actors strike play a part in this? What else? Robert Pattinson and Robert Downey Jr. have not necessarily got a gap in their schedule to
probably not, to be honest.
Just find. But yeah.
Cool. It's not happening.
Not at the minute.
Next.
What Netflix has ordered, though, is a new romantic western series.
Okay.
Ransom Canyon.
Ransom Canyon.
Which I presume is a setting, but it sounds like a good name for a cowboy.
It does.
It really does. Ransom Canyon, y'all. And it will star Josh Duhamel.
Of this parish.
Our esteemed director of buddy games.
Yeah.
And Minka Kelly.
Okay.
A 10-episode order has been given by Netflix. The series is described as a romance-fueled family drama and contemporary western.
Oh.
Trying to get on that Yellowstone train, aren't they?
They really are.
The official synopsis say that the show charts the intersecting lives of 3 ranching families, all set against the rugged expanse of Texas Hill country.
Texas Hill sounds like a cowboy's name as well.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Duhamel will star as Staten Kirkland.
Doesn't really sound like a cowboy's name.
Described as the owner and sole occupant of the sprawling Double K Ranch. Steadfast and stoic, Staten leads the charge to resist outside forces threatening his way of life and the land that he loves. Kelly will play Quinn. It's said of the character has often found herself in the shadow of others, but after a stint in New York pursuing her career as a pianist, she has returned to Ransom Canyon to carve out a new path for herself.
Okay.
It comes from the producers of Ozark, The Umbrella Academy.
Wow, big names that it's a big name. I've forgotten words. Carry on. Pretend I never said it.
Fine. Yeah, that's just got the green light. So again,
excellent.
Check back in about a year and a half. Maybe that'll have turned up on Netflix.
Ransom Canyon.
I mean, all I'm saying is Josh Duhamel's got a lot of work to do to get back in my good books.
Yeah, same.
Like a lot.
Absolutely same. You'll hear more about Josh Duhamel on Thursday's episode where we recap season 9. I'm sure we'll mention his name.
Ted Sarandos has been talking.
Okay. What's he been up to?
He has been talking at the Global Media and Communications Conference in New York this week.
Sounds fun.
I'm sure our invite will be on the way for next year.
Excellent. I look forward to that.
He's been making various comments about the state of the industry, and we'll start off with what he said about the recently concluded actor and writer strikes. He said, we at Netflix are proud that we didn't have much interruption in our delivery to customers. COVID wasn't good for anybody, but at least it gave us a leg up in delivering content through uncertain times.
Okay, so he's comparing the two.
Yeah, very similar things. What a guy. Sarandos said, we are anticipating a budget for 2024 for our content spend of $17 billion.
$17 billion?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that you can do a lot with 17 billion. Well, imagine, right, if they just went... Right.
I know what you're going to say, and yes, they should do that.
Forget about quantity.
Yeah.
We're going to make one movie or one TV series, and we're going to blow all $17 billion on it.
Wow.
Like, that would just be amazing.
The idea of that is amazing, but you know they'd give it to Zack Snyder.
Yeah, they would. They definitely would. In fact, if he's listening, that's going to be his next pitch.
Yeah. Give me your entire budget for a year. I'll make all your content.
Interestingly, Sarandos also said two of the areas that Netflix wants to step up in 2024 is animation.
Yeah.
And local language unscripted programming.
What's that?
The example given for a local language unscripted programming was the David Beckham documentary.
Oh, so it's documentaries.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess...
Do you know why they're going to ramp that up for 2024? They need actors for everything.
Exactly.
They're not ramping it up. That's just all they were left with.
It's what's left on the shelf.
Yeah.
In the warehouse. I guess the point being, look, they will look to diversify and look at documentaries on a still a large level, but when he's talking local, he's talking regional. You know, not that David Beckham doesn't have worldwide appeal.
They need to make their mind up on what they're doing with animation, though. It seems like every week we talk about them ramping up animation or closing down animation.
Well, we talked about this months ago, didn't we? They've changed. Netflix has changed their approach. So they laid a load of people off.
Yeah.
And they've gone into partnership with was it Skydance Animation?
Like that.
And they're essentially farming it out, aren't they, to a third party that they're in partnership with. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you're being cynical. I think you're being pretty realistic. You're right. They are probably easier to
it's what they've got.
Get going around actors' strikes.
They've had like 6 months where nothing was being made except for documentaries and animation.
Yeah. Sarandos is also having Netflix take credit for something we talked about a couple of weeks ago, which is Sony's new Karate Kid movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said, this movie is happening because of the popularity of Cobra Kai on Netflix.
Well, that's probably fair.
That was IP that failed elsewhere.
Also true.
So, yeah.
Okay. We get a new Cobra Kai next year, don't we? Is it the last series of Cobra Kai?
It is, yeah. He sort of closed his address, if you like, with a bit of a swipe at, I think you would say this was just aimed at Disney.
Okay.
With a quote that says, we are adding content and adjusting our prices every little step of the way. A lot of our competitors seem to be reducing their content, but still raising their prices.
He's got a point. He has a point.
Which I presume is a reference to Disney taking stuff off Disney Plus.
Which is happening a lot more than people are reporting on.
Yeah.
So,
and selling it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's nice to see Ted out in the wild.
He didn't talk about the Netflix Cup, which was what I was really hoping we'd have some choice quotes about. Like, what did you think when they broke that cup?
Yeah.
And did you take one of the checkered jackets home? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. When we get him on the show, we'll ask him.
Yeah, 100%. Straight to the important questions.
Yes.
So, Dan Levy, we know, struck a deal with Netflix following the conclusion of Schitt's Creek.
He did, indeed.
To produce content with them. And we have the first look in the form of some photos and a trailer of his new movie, which he has written and directed. Oh, and stars in.
Okay.
It's called Good Grief.
Good Grief.
And Dan Levy plays Mark Dreyfus, a children's book illustrator struggling with both his marriage and the death of his mother.
Right.
To compound his issue, his husband Oliver then unexpectedly dies at a Christmas party, forcing Mark to confront his grief and journey to Paris with his closest friends.
Wow, that guy's having a bad life.
Really. Levy told Entertainment Weekly, in the early days when this idea was coming to fruition, it was originally conceived potentially as a romantic comedy. However, that's changed through the conception, and I see the movie as a drama or a dramedy.
I fucking hate that word. But I do love Dan Levy, so I'll let him off.
Yeah. Good Grief arrives on Netflix on Friday, January the 5th.
Oh, wow, that's really soon.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I feel like I might need the tissues for that one.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching it, though. I love that guy.
I felt, again, having another pop at Netflix, I did feel really cheated by the amount that Dan Levy was in the last season of Sex Education.
Yeah.
Because they made a big thing. He was in 2 episodes, 4 scenes, I think.
Oh, yeah. I never did get to the end of it.
Yeah, you'll be all right. Also, talking of Disney Plus and Pixar and all that stuff, a really weird, would you call it a U-turn? I don't know. But
no, I'll call it a lack of content again.
I would call it a... well, Disney's strategy just seems so...
I don't even think they have
the minute,
one.
doesn't it?
I don't even think they have.
It's completely scattergun. So essentially, what Disney Plus have announced is that early next year, 3 Pixar movies will be getting a cinematic release for the first time.
Yeah.
weirdly, these are movies that have been available on Disney Plus for between
2 and 3 years.
in the last 2 years. So the movies concerned are Soul,
Yep.
which I think came out a couple of Christmases ago.
Yes.
Luca.
Yep.
And Turning Red. All of those bypassed the big screen, went straight to Disney Plus. I mean, Disney will say because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But
that's a lie.
That's not the full story, is it?
No, it's not.
Soul is the Pete Docter directed animation about the middle school band teachers, the jazz movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen any of them.
Have you not seen any of them? Turning Red, I would highly recommend. Is the movie from 2022 about a teenage girl who has to deal with puberty and turning into a giant red panda. And Luca is the sort of Italian set,
yes,
Jacob Tremblay voiced movie about a family of mer people.
Yes, I'm aware of Luca. I haven't seen it. I've seen lots of clips of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah,
that's the one that intrigues me more than the other two, I must admit. But
I would. Luca looks the best.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think I'd go Turning Red, then Luca, then Soul. But there's not much between Turning Red and Luca, in my opinion. Anyway, these are all getting a cinematic release in the United States. January the 12th for Soul.
Yep.
February the 9th for Turning Red. And March the 22nd for Luca.
Okay. Just in the States, do we know if they're getting released over here or not?
No news on that yet.
Interesting.
You will then get next summer Inside Out 2.
Right.
Disney insiders have told The Hollywood Reporter there are several reasons for this decision in giving them a cinematic release, including a slowdown in product next year.
Yeah, which is why it's getting their cinematic release.
And because they believe it provides them a prime opportunity to plug Inside Out 2.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense to do it. Like we said, there's not going to be many films coming out next year, so cinemas need this stuff as well.
And I suppose
there are fans of those films now that will go and watch them in the big screen.
Sure, and maybe So I guess that's it, isn't it? You get the big fans of the movie who go, yes, I want to go and see it on the big screen, and you might get, things like you've got your loyalty cards at various multiplexes, and someone might go, well, I've got this, so there's no point me having Disney Plus, but sure, I'll go and watch one of these if they're on.
I'd be inclined to watch them
on at the cinema.
I'd be more inclined to go to the cinema to watch them than sit at home on my own and watch them.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
I think it does for
somebody like me.
Film. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll let you know if I do go and see any of them, if they do indeed come out over here.
So yeah, who would have thought we'd be at the point where a cinematic release is the
second coming
follow up
to
the movie being available in your home. There you go.
Crazy.
Possibly scary AI news next.
Oh, okay. I love scary AI news.
Jimmy Stewart is coming back.
Okay, right.
Famous 50s
icon.
Hollywood icon.
There's a picture of him right behind your head.
Famous for Vertigo.
Rear Window. Basically
Harvey.
Hitchcock's.
Yeah.
What's the Christmas one? Wonderful Life?
Yeah, it's Wonderful Life. He is returning to narrate a bedtime story for Calm, the sort of meditation going to sleep app.
Wow, okay.
26 years after his death.
How interesting.
And this is all thanks to the power of AI.
I assume his estate have allowed this, and it's not just...
They have, yes.
Cool. It's not just
happening. Stewart died in 1997, but has been brought back to life using an AI voice cloning technology. The same company who worked on youngening Mark Hamill's voice in The Mandalorian, and James Earl Jones's Darth Vader voice in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
This is a Kiev-based company.
Oh, wow.
That is working on this. They employed a voice actor who mimicked Jimmy Stewart's speech style. and the company called Respeecher say recreating the voice of one of the most remarkable actors in US history has been a huge responsibility and an honour.
He had a very distinctive voice as well, Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah. The story will be called It's a Wonderful Sleep Story and was completely approved by Jimmy Stewart's family and estate. One of his daughters, Kelly Stewart, said, "We are excited for our dad to be the voice of Calm's latest sleep story. It is amazing what technology can do, and it's wonderful to see Dad's legacy live on in this holiday season in new ways, like helping people to find restful sleep and sweet dreams." It's paying for my Christmas presents this year. She didn't say that bit. What's your opinion on this?
I don't know. I mean, the first stumbling block is cleared. The fact that the state and the family are okay with it. That's fine. But still, it still niggles a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Because, yeah, these people are using it for good. But that sort of technology can be used for nefarious means, maybe.
Yeah, and we're back. I mean, it's really topical, isn't it? Because we're back to, again, one of the key...
Yeah, this is the whole thing they were striking against.
Of the actors' strike. And I don't know. I'd love to ask, again, if we get an actor on here and say, look, what would you think? What, as you sit here now, very much alive, how do you feel about
potentially
your
30 years after your death?
Yeah.
Your likeness and your voice can still be used.
Jimmy Stewart joins quite the list of people who have read the Calm bedtime stories.
Okay.
Including Cillian Murphy, Jennifer Garner, Shawn Mendes, Kate Winslet, LeBron James, Nick Offerman, Harry Styles, and Matthew McConaughey. All very much alive.
I was just going to say all famously alive people. I'm not sure. I don't know what I think of it. But it's going to happen. AI is taking over. We're going to see more and more stuff come in.
Yeah.
There's this... Yeah, it's the future. You're going to...
Where's that line? Because...
Don't know.
You know... I don't know where I stand with this example either, because I can 100% see why you'd want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a distinctive voice that people know and love.
Yeah.
But what is the point where you go, look, I don't want Jimmy Stewart to be in my sat-nav, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Once the voice model's out there, it can theoretically be used to do anything.
Yeah. I don't know how you police some of this stuff.
There's lots of recordings of our voice on the internet right now. What would you think if somebody made an AI model of your voice?
Exactly. Think of all the words we've said.
Yeah, all of them.
They're
I would
all
imagine.
there.
All the words we've said.
We've said all the words.
I think so.
All the words.
I think we've said all the words by now. We've been doing this for going on for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've said all the words.
Scary.
Some of them are not even words what I've said.
Exactly.
Most of them, in fact. Maybe one day the AI will just be able to make an episode of The Wave for us and we won't have to do anything.
Yeah, that's right.
We can just sit back and collect the money.
Okay, let's move on. News this week that busy boy Ryan Reynolds,
very busy boy,
has got another project in the pipeline. And that is a team up with Channing Tatum.
Okay. That's a name you don't hear of very often.
Not so much. No. For an action comedy.
Right.
Called Calamity Hustle. This thing's for sale.
Right.
So
they're just making it and then they're going to sell it on?
Well, no, they're not making it yet.
They're going to sell it on and then make it?
Yeah, that's the idea. Also on board are writer/directors Aaron and Adam Nee, who last worked also with Channing Tatum on The Lost City.
Okay.
The story of this movie, according to The Hollywood Reporter, is that a down-on-his-luck former Los Angeles detective turned private investigator, after being shaken down by a vicious crime lord, must track down his estranged brother, who is responsible for interfering with a diamond heist.
Is that synopsis written by AI? That, I think, the opening line of that, a down-on-his-luck former Los Angeles detective turned private investigator, is the number one line in all of movie synopsises. There must be.
Quite possibly.
that must be the most used line in all of BBC.
I also kind of get the impression they've gone, right, well, we've got this kind of idea, but because it's Ryan Reynolds and Channing Tatum, we'll just give us the money.
Yeah.
We've got these guys locked in. We'll worry about the script, when you've given us the money, because they're both quite likely to want to be involved in that sort of wisecracking.
Yeah. Calamity Hustles feels like a placeholder name as well.
It does a bit, doesn't it?
Doesn't feel like a movie title.
That could end up anywhere, quite frankly.
It genuinely could, yeah.
Any movie studio, any streaming service, who knows?
Netflix love Ryan Reynolds.
That's all I'm saying. Certainly do.
Keep going, Nick. You're on a roll.
Sure. There's just a couple more bits of news. A movie you talked about last week, Thanksgiving.
Amazing.
Has been commissioned for a sequel.
Brilliant.
Already. Eli Roth released a video on the socials basically saying he was going straight back to work that very day, writing the script.
Straight back into it.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because it needs to come out next Thanksgiving.
It's coming out in 2025.
Oh.
So 2 Thanksgivings time.
Oh. I want it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think I said last week a sequel will definitely come to that. It's just fun.
Yeah, Roth said in the video, he and his co-writer Jeff Rendell will be taking their time to get the script right, but the plan is to have the movie in cinemas by Thanksgiving 2025.
Okay. I'll give him a year off, that's fine.
Thanksgiving, thanks harder. And finally, final piece of news is someone we've not talked about for a while. Our good friend, Saint Nicolas Cage.
Saint Nicolas Cage, member of the Captain's Gallery.
He has done an interview this week with Up Rocks.
Okay.
And he started to talk about his retirement.
Oh, no.
So just start to prepare yourself, is all I'm saying. Cage said, I feel that at this point, after 45 years of doing this in over 100 movies, I've pretty much said what I've had to say with cinema. I'd like to leave on a high note and say adios.
Wow.
He said, I think I would have to do maybe 3 or 4 more movies before I can get there, talking about retiring.
So it's like February and he'll be done.
Yeah, exactly. But...
Okay, there's a but. There's a caveat.
Cage says, I would then like to switch formats and go into some other way of expressing my acting.
Cage wants to make a TV show.
He does.
How exciting.
He said later in the interview that he was very interested in immersion streaming with episodic television.
Yes, because that's where the money is.
And is particularly impressed with... he's clearly only just watched this show, acclaimed TV series Breaking Bad. Cage is having this epiphany, I think.
Yeah.
He said, I have seen things that can be done now with characters and the time they're given to express themselves. I saw Bryan Cranston stare at a suitcase for an hour on one episode of Breaking Bad. We don't have time to do that in a feature film, so maybe television is the next best step for me.
He wants to just stare at things for an hour. I would watch Nicolas Cage stare at things for an hour.
Perfect.
Perfect. Imagine the sort of TV Nicolas Cage could be making. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Don't even do the 3 or 4
No,
movies.
just stop. He must have 3 or 4 already in the can.
Easily.
So that's it. That's fine.
I was sad at the start of that news story, but I'm happy now.
You're more excited than
I am. Is that all your news?
That's all the news.
That's good news. Well done. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
Yeah, I watched a couple of things.
Okay.
I want to mainly talk about the present that we were given.
We were given a gift this week.
By none other than Ross Cook.
Yes, good for Ross Cook. What a lovely man.
He is an amazing person.
He is.
And he gifted us a month's subscription. Ha, you're not going to get me saying that word. AI. He signed us up for a month.
He did.
To Dropout TV.
Yes.
What's Dropout TV?
It is a streaming service by the company formerly known as College Humor.
Yeah. Who
are now known as Dropout. It's they make TV comedy quiz shows and game shows and
Sketches
sketch shows. And
Yeah.
I'd never heard of it before. I'd heard of College Humor, but I didn't know much about them.
I was aware of it only via a couple of Instagram reels occasionally popping in my algorithm.
Yeah. So we've both been exploring a new streaming service this week.
And I will start on negative. Yeah, I guess there's not much on there.
No, that's true.
What I have watched, I've really enjoyed.
There's only like a cast of 10 people who
Yeah.
work for this company, and they're basically making their own streaming service.
Yeah.
Everything I've watched on it, and I've watched a lot on it so far, I've really enjoyed. One standout highlight for me, but everything I've seen so far is really good.
So should we talk about a couple of things we watched? So we both watched Total Forgiveness.
The aforementioned standout highlight.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the funniest TV shows I've watched in a very long
I
time.
thought it was great.
I do as well.
And then I couldn't believe how emotional I got in the last episode.
The last 2 episodes are so emotional.
Yeah.
And
it's a reality
Yeah.
TV challenge show.
basically, yeah. So there's 2 cast members who work for College Humor who have crippling student loan debts
Yes.
in America. So it's also an expose of student loan
It is,
debt
yeah.
in America and how crippling it is for people. And they set themselves challenges to earn money to pay off their real life student loans.
Yes, but we start with them in episode 1 where they are pitching the
this
show.
Yeah, to Sam Heish, who is like the guy in charge.
Yeah.
And yeah, they pitch the show in episode 1 and then the show starts from there.
And each episode they challenge each other, and the value of money that they can win goes up each episode.
Yeah.
And it's
It's insane what they do to each other. These 2 are like friends, but you wouldn't think it.
no. So one of them, the lady Ali, she has to dye her hair green and get a spray tan to basically look like an Oompa Loompa,
which he's then got for the rest of the series.
Yeah. Grant, the guy, she writes 10 minutes of deliberately unfunny stand-up, which he has to go and perform.
So funny.
There's an episode where they're sort of capitalizing on each other's phobias and things like that, and it ratchets up and up and up, and then by the last 3 episodes, you're like their friendship is at breaking point.
Are these 2 ever going to speak to each other again by the end of it? And it is quite emotional. I'm with you. It's like
I would say a twist, but that sounds like it's scripted.
No, it's not scripted.
There's a twist at the end, which is just like
I could have cried. I could have cried. Had I been on a more emotional day, I would have cried, I think.
I loved it.
I loved it. I think it's one of the funniest shows I've seen for a very long time. And not only just funny, but good. It's a good show. It's some of the challenges they have to do are horrendous. But they just put themselves through it just to get rid of this loan debt that they've got. It's a definite highlight. If you get a chance to subscribe to Dropout, just for that show, you should do it.
Yeah.
It's worth that. I don't know how much it is a month.
I think it's like $3 or $4.99.
Okay.
Something like that.
It's worth that show's worth it alone.
Yeah, get a month and watch that.
Yeah.
And then, yes, there's a lot of game shows.
Yes.
Sort of studio-produced game shows, which are mostly based on improv, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all improv comedians, I think.
Yeah. So, Game Changer is a game show where the contestants go in and they don't know what game they're playing.
Game changes every episode.
Yeah. Which is it's a good concept, but obviously, as you might imagine, some of them hit better than others.
Yeah, definitely.
Some of the episodes.
Yeah, definitely.
But
I've done nearly 2 seasons of that as well.
have you? I've watched the first. I say season. It's only about 5 episodes.
5 or 6 episodes. Yeah.
And then there's a spin-off from that. So one of the games that they play
Yeah.
is the Make Some Noise,
Yes.
which is basically they get it's a bit like Whose Lines It Anyway. You
Yeah,
get
you
a
get given a prompt and you have to make that
and
noise.
they have to act it out or make that noise, and that is now its own. That's its own show on there as well. So I've watched a couple of them.
I haven't seen any of them
It's
yet.
really fun.
There's a show on there called Breaking News Network, I think it's called.
Okay.
They're only like 4 or 5 minute episodes, but you get 2. It's a news studio, so you get the 2 news anchors, a weatherman, and an outside broadcast presenter. But they don't know what they're going to say until the teleprompter. So they're reading the teleprompter, but they don't know what it is, and you lose a point every time you laugh or break.
Okay.
And at the end of the episode, the person who's laughed most loses.
Got you.
So it's like a quiz show, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
Some of them are brilliant because they get given ridiculous names that they have to read out.
Sure.
It's brilliant. Definitely check some of them out. They're only like 3 or 4 minutes, but it's all the same cast.
So I'm not endorsing it. No one's asked us to.
No,
We just
not at
received
all.
it as a
We're just-
gift, and there's some really funny stuff
some
on
really
there.
great stuff on there. I've watched every night this week. I think I've watched something on it.
Yeah.
because they're really easy. They're only like 20-minute episodes.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's really easy to watch. Honestly, if you're into like comedy sketch shows and quiz shows, check out Dropout for at least. I think I'll continue the subscription. Maybe not for long because there's not a lot of stuff on there, like I say, but definitely more than this month. I think
it's a lot of. I haven't dipped into any of this yet, but I think a lot of them is like there's a Dungeons and Dragons show. Where they're because it's the same cast on a lot.
Yeah, there's
of
like
shows.
10 or 12 people.
So yeah, there's quite a lot of content of them playing campaigns. I think
there is, and they're like some of those episodes are like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
So I haven't got into that, and I probably won't if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of spin-off shows to that as well, like after shows and things like that. But from what I've seen on there so far, check it out.
Okay.
It's called Dropout. There's an app on the Android App Store.
The only other thing I've watched this week, I've got into Rick and Morty. I'm just catching up with where I've got to.
On that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it's all right to watch Rick and Morty, isn't it? After everything that happened.
Yes,
they sacked that guy, didn't they?
They've sacked Justin Roiland and recast a voice person who's doing an impression of him now for the next series.
Anything else?
Yes, I've watched one more thing this week. I've watched Exposed, the Ghost Train Fire on Netflix. Have you heard of this?
No.
Check it out, honestly. Okay. It's a true crime documentary. So in 1979 in Sydney, there's a theme park called Luna Park.
Okay.
It's on the coastline, directly opposite the Sydney Opera House. And in 1979, the ghost train burned down and killed 6 kids and an adult. And it's the documentary is about that, but it is the corruption that it uncovers in this documentary is unbelievable.
Really?
The story is insane. The only drawback of this show is it's 3 episodes, and they're all an hour and a half long.
Okay.
There's 3 feature-length episodes for it.
Wow, okay.
But I can't say it drags, because it doesn't, but maybe make them 4 1 hours.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But the story is devastating. Absolutely devastating. The corruption, nobody ever investigated it. So this fire happened. The day after the fire happened, the police made a statement to the press that it was an electrical fire, and then they cleared the scene.
Wow.
The day after. And nobody's investigated anything about it since. Until there's this pop art artist who lived in Sydney, and he got a room this size full of tapes, documents, transcripts. He was investigating it, and then he dies.
Right.
So then this documentary crew come in and trying to make sense of all this stuff that he's got, and the stuff that they uncover.
That sounds incredible.
It goes to the top, and I mean the top. The corruption. It's 40 years ago, so the survivors that are still alive, the cops, some of the cops are still alive, the prosecution attorneys, the coroner, the firemen, all these people are interviewed in the show, and so you're getting the full story behind it. The family members of the kids who survived, the parents are all in it. All 5 parents are in it. So there's 2 brothers, 4 kids, and a dad. And it's mad. And they've got maps of the ghost train and where each person was. And, it's insane. Honestly, it's really good, but it's hard. Yeah, it's tough to watch, especially because 2 of the boys were brothers, and the adult who died was their dad, and the mum is interviewed in the show. And it has just destroyed her life for 4 years since, as it would. Yeah. Because she was supposed to be on it with them, but she went off to get an ice cream, and she doesn't know and can't understand why they went on it without her. And she will never know. She went off while they were in the queue to get them all an ice cream, and when she came back, they were on it. Wow. And then she never saw them again.
Wow.
So she'll never get the answer to why they went on without waiting for her. But yeah, it's a devastating show, but it's really, really good. It's really interesting. Check it out.
Wow, that sounds great.
Yeah, check it out, honestly. Yeah. As I say, you just need some time, because 3 90-minute episodes is hardcore.
Sure.
But that's the reason why I haven't watched anything else this week, because I've literally the last 3 nights in a row I've watched that. That's it, though.
Good.
What are we doing now? We got anything else? What sort of time are we on? Yeah, I think we can move straight on to the final segment. Do you?
Okay. Yeah, we've got no real talk.
We've got no real talk. We're currently debating the future of real talk, I think.
I think
maybe it's come to the end of its working life.
Yeah, we'll maybe put it in the Discord. We might. I don't think we want to retire real talk.
No, but maybe it's not a weekly feature anymore.
But maybe not weekly.
Yeah.
But we'll mull that over.
Yeah.
Between now and season 10 starting, because I think we've got a couple of ideas for other.
Do we want to talk now before we do the game about what we're going to do over the next few weeks? So, I've got to try and remember it myself now. So this week we have obviously done The Wave. That's what you're listening to. That's it. Thursday you will get a recap of season 9, which we're going to go and record in a minute. Be a shorter episode probably.
Yeah, we'll see how far it goes.
What it is. The following week you're going to get a Wave.
You are.
And then there is a super secret bonus episode. We're going to reveal what that is.
Which will drop a little bit later in the week than the usual Thursday slot. Right?
Yes, probably.
Let's say.
Shall we say it?
We don't know what it is.
We don't know. We've never done it before. But and it's not something we've ever done.
I can tell you what we're going to do.
It's something we've always wanted to try. Yeah. You go for it.
We are going to do a commentary.
We're going to commentate on a film.
Of a movie.
Like a director's commentary.
Sure.
So we're going to watch a film here with these microphones and earphones on and record what we say whilst we're watching this film.
Yeah.
Which you will then be able to watch the film and listen to us at the same time.
You can sync it up.
We'll tell you when to press play.
Yeah.
Sync us up. Have us playing out of your phone and watching your film on the TV. It's something we've always thought about doing, but we've never got around to it, and we figured this might be a good time to do it.
I'm genuinely excited.
I'm looking forward to doing it.
To deciding what we're going to do.
There's a chance it might not work, so if it doesn't work, then it won't get released and you'll never hear from us again. We're going to do a Christmas film.
I think so, yeah.
So we're going to try and we'll release it before Christmas, because who wants to be watching Christmas films after Christmas?
Yeah, sure.
So it might even come out on the first day, the same as normal, but it'll be easy to edit because I won't be able to edit any time out of it. So I can chuck it out straight away. Following that's Christmas week comes after that.
Yeah.
So we will have that week and the following week off. So last week of December, first week of January will be no episodes.
Yeah.
And then we will return on, I think it's the 8th.
Something like that, yeah.
The first week after that will be season 10. So The Wave and then the movie show will come the second week of January.
Amazing.
Yeah?
Exciting times.
That is exciting times. But I am really looking forward to doing that watch-along live.
Yeah.
Captains, whatever we're going to call it. We'll come up with a name for it. And if it works, we'll do more. And if it doesn't, we'll pretend we never did it in the first place.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. I'm just worried about the audio. This is probably off-air talk. I'm just worried about the audio coming through our headphones, bleeding into the microphones. And if that happens, you won't be able to release it because it would just mess up your listening experience.
Yeah.
So we've got to make sure that the audio that we're listening to doesn't come out of the microphone.
Yeah, exactly.
And as long as that works, they'll be fine. We might just have to listen to it really quietly.
Maybe.
Which is fine.
Maybe. Cool.
Right.
Let's finish this episode of The Wave then with a game.
A game. I'm excited. I love a Nick game.
And I thought, let's do a game on one of your favourite subjects.
Me?
Absolutely correct.
What?
So,
we're doing a game about me.
We are doing a game about you. So,
oh Jesus,
we're gonna. I think I've called it the Adam Project.
Nice.
So, I thought we're 9 seasons in.
Yeah.
People love you.
I hope so.
So let's do a game where we might find out a bit more about you.
Good God.
But
this is terrifying.
Not in maybe the way you think.
Okay.
So it's not going to be a quiz about your life.
Okay, good.
Or experiences or all the times you get into trouble and that sort of thing. I am just going to give you a succession of either ors.
Okay.
And you just have to, don't think about it too much.
Yep.
Just give me your answer. And we'll whack through the list. It's going to be fairly rapid fire.
Okay.
And I wonder if you might surprise yourself with some of the answers.
Okay.
And just see where your mind goes.
So literally just, as soon as you say them,
I'll literally give you a couple of words.
And I'll come back with one straight away.
And you tell me which one.
Okay.
So.
That's
where. Ready?
Yes. No.
I'm really excited.
Maybe. Let's do it.
There's quite a few.
Okay. How many?
Let's just go.
Okay.
And see how.
Let's do it.
So, yeah, it's as simple as that. Don't think about it too much.
No, I'm going to put my head down and just listen to your voice.
Right, okay. Ready?
Yep.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter?
Lord of the Rings.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
Pacino or De Niro?
Pacino.
Sweet or savoury?
Sweet.
Giving or receiving?
Receiving.
The Rock or John Cena?
The Rock.
Be constantly itchy or constantly sticky?
Sticky.
Fine. Buddy Games or Sierra Burgess is a loser?
Fuck. Buddy games.
Batman or Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Fruit or veg?
Fruit.
Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling?
Ryan Gosling.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
The Goonies or Stand By Me?
Fuck off. Stand By Me.
Be super fast or be super strong?
Super strong.
Musicals or animation?
Musicals.
Swim or sauna?
Swim.
Stranger Things or Black Mirror?
Black Mirror.
Clean shaven or beards?
Beards.
Nicolas Cage or Keanu Reeves?
Nicolas Cage.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Babies or old people?
Babies.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
The Wave or the movie show?
The movie show.
The Matrix or Inception?
The Matrix.
Have an elephant's trunk or a giraffe's neck?
Trunk.
Chandler or Joey?
Joey.
Sly or Arnie?
Arnie.
Live in space or under the sea?
Sea.
Fifth Element or The Sixth Sense?
Sixth Sense.
Walt or Jesse?
Walt.
Jesse or Woody?
Woody.
Woody Harrelson or Matthew McConaughey?
Woody Harrelson.
Christmas or birthday?
Christmas.
Alien or Predator?
Predator.
Front or back?
Back.
Freddy or Jason?
Freddy.
Good news or bad news?
Good news.
Saw or Scream?
Saw.
Ooh. That's it. Well done.
Wow. There was a couple in there where I'm like, why have I just said that? There was one in particular. I can't remember which one it was now. I was like, that's
what,
not
and
true.
you surprised yourself?
Yeah, I was like, that isn't true. I can't remember which one it was.
You have to play it back now.
Swim or sauna should definitely have been sauna. But I said swim. There was one right near the beginning. I can't remember what it was.
Summer or winter? You seem to struggle on that one.
Yeah, I did struggle on that one, but I think winter.
Sweet or savoury?
No. No, yeah, it might have been sweet or savoury because I do like savoury stuff. But I do like sweet stuff. That was really good fun. I like that. I might do one of them for you next week.
That's fine.
You feel like you learned stuff about me that you didn't know?
Was I surprised with any? What did you say for babies or old people?
Babies.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know more babies than old people now.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think it was any majorly surprise.
Scream or Saw was the surprising one.
You surprised
straight
yourself.
into Saw, didn't I?
Yeah.
I did surprise myself with that. And Goonies versus Stand By Me.
I'm not sure if I'd want to be constantly sticky over itchy. That's tough. I think there's
tough.
not a good answer there. Either yeah.
When you say sticky, though, what does that mean? What's sticky? Everything.
Do you want it? Yeah. What do you want it
every
to mean?
part of me is sticky.
Yeah.
So stuff sticking to stuff. I don't like being itchy. I'm itchy now. You've said it. I don't like being itchy. Sticky's the right answer there, I think.
Okay. Good.
That was fun. I enjoyed that.
Well done.
That was a lot of fun.
I think the only one that I'd have to disagree with you on massively.
Yeah.
I couldn't go for Nicolas Cage over Keanu Reeves.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen more Cage films than Keanu films.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why. I think I'd go Cage over most people.
That was fun. I enjoyed that.
I'm going to do one of them for you next week.
Okay.
I
think there was about 40.
Did you write them or did you?
I came up with some. I
got some.
researched them.
Okay.
Took me a while yesterday to put it together.
It's nice that you put some time into this show.
Thanks.
Wave or movie show? Movie show.
Yeah.
I think that I said that because I do all the talking in the movie show. That was just narcissism coming out. Right, let's get out of here. We're going to go off and film our season 9 recap. Film it, record it.
That's the one.
And this is a Wave. Thank you for listening to the very end. And we'll be back on Thursday.
Cheers.
Bye.